Have you ever wanted to get behind the controls of a streetcar? Well, a few weeks ago, I had the chance to do just that. On March 26th, 2022, the Friends of the Philadelphia Trolleys hosted an event called $25 Day at the Baltimore Streetcar Museum, where, for $25, people could learn to drive the museum's operating streetcars. My dad and I showed up early, and I got a lesson right away at the controls of Baltimore PCC car number 7407. This was the very last streetcar to operate in revenue service in Baltimore, retired in 1963. As it turns out, PCCs don't have much for the operator to do with their hands. There's the gong and the doors. But that's about it. Instead, most of the work is done by the driver's feet. From left to right, we have the dead man pedal, which needs to remain depressed for the car to operate, the brake pedal, which has a lot more give than one in a car, and the accelerator. Interestingly, PCC accelerators don't work like gas pedals in a car. They control the rate of the car's acceleration instead of its speed, meaning it will hit the same speed eventually, no matter how the pedal is set. Confused? Me too. So off we go.
And then you depress your power pedal. Okay. You got a coast under around the special work. All right, go ahead and give it some power.
Not only that, and then they're going to turn them in.
Exactly. That's all right. There you go. Perfect. As we go by this guy, ring the bell a bunch of times. Keep doing that. Now 2 gongs. Go ahead.
Easy as riding a bike. Well, probably a little bit more complicated. And much heavier.
There you go. Let put the brake in. Yes, it is. We want to stop before we get to him. Okay.
After we make a trip up and down the Baltimore Streetcar Museum's demonstration track, my dad takes over at the controls.
I know. What do you do with your hands?
I wonder if this still works. Back at the station, we were ready to drive another PCC car when this happened. Right now, we're having some issues with the trolley poles. So I think they powered off the wires, and now this guy's coming up to rehook the trolley pole. Thankfully, the problem was soon solved, and more cars began rolling out of the barn. I got into the driver's seat of Septicard number 2168, another PCC car that saw service in Philadelphia until the 90s. This one was saved by the Friends of the Philadelphia Trolleys, and the funds from today's event are going towards its continued maintenance.
Hold it down. Now slower down.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit. When boarding, please move to the center of the car. When it was my dad's turn to drive, I spoke with Ben, who had driven this particular car for SEPTA back in the day.
Just bringing back memories, even listening to the noise. This car also was part of the Chestnut Hill Trolley, which started in September of 1992.
We arrived back at the station to find my friend Miles from the channel Miles in Transit, along with his friend Jackson, a major PCC enthusiast.
I'm excited to be here today. This is we're in the presence of some historic vehicles.
They went straight to the gift shop.
Yeah, I am all about consumerism.
I'm a fairly passive member of this party.
After a brief stop in the gift shop, we went for a ride on car 4533. This single-truck Brill car was built as a 2-man car in 1904, but then rebuilt as a 1-man safety car 20 years later. It was also incredibly loud and very bouncy.
These windows are hand-blown, I'm pretty sure. Like, a hand blew these windows.
Next up, we have car 554, built by the Brownell Car Company of St. Louis in 1896. It uses an open-sided design that proved to have one major design flaw.
Hello, sir. Do you have a fare that you have paid to board this trolley? I do not have a fare that I have paid to board this trolley. And in fact, I have just exited this trolley without paying my fare. And this is your stop? I can't even do anything now.
Got some traffic.
We're tired. So I'm so programmed because SEPTA has all these remnants of its old trolley system in place. I just looked out the window and I was like, oh my gosh, it's an old trolley pole. We're literally at a streetcar museum right now. This museum loop.
Before we continue, time for a trip to Pope Yes. Anyways, now for some newer equipment. This is car 6119, a Peter Witt car built in 1930 that saw service in Baltimore until 1955. Our driver is Miles. Yes, today, Miles is transit. As you can see, the Peter Witt uses more traditional handheld controls, and it also has a passenger counter.
Oh, that is hard to pull.
Yeah, you don't want to stop it in the middle because then it jams and I got to take it apart.
Oh, gotcha. This is really cool. Yeah.
Miles, eyes on the track.
Ah.
Also, I ran into a follower. This is Andrew.
Hello.
Do you wish we had more trolleys like this in our cities?
Yeah, I like 6119. What?
Thank you, guys. So Andrew's going to demonstrate the doors here.
You step on this plate, it's open.
Oh my gosh, so it's literally automatic. So you stand here. Whoa!
And then the bottom one closes it.
Really?
Yeah. You probably have to like let go of that.
Huh! Thanks for showing me.
And now it's Jackson's turn to drive.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited. I am feeling, yeah. This is a piece of transit history right here. This is 1930. Take up just a little bit of break. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be shut off. Good.
That is very high tech there.
You talk about
This is neat.
I got it in the wrong place. But anyway, that the windshield wipers work.
That's so cool.
Our next ride is car 1164, another open-air vehicle built in 1902. Andrew's friend Justin was amazing and let me have part of his slot, which meant I got to drive once again. In my opinion, this was much more fun to drive than the PCCs. The driver stands on an open platform in the front of the car, with a left-hand throttle and a right-hand brake. It's very hands-on and mechanical, and you feel like you're the captain of your own ship as you're driving. Interestingly, this is the same sort of car that crashed in Colombia in 1896.
I want to know the guy that drove us here. That was so terrible.
I know, wow, what a ride that was.
The new from the old. Now it's time to board Philadelphia Rapid Transit Snow Sweeper number 145. This car is 99 years old and used to clear snow off of Philadelphia's trolley tracks. The Friends of the Philadelphia Trolleys are personally involved with this car as well, and during the pandemic they overhauled it mechanically and cosmetically.
Girl, you just can't realize what you did to me. It's hard to keep track of which is an ooga and which is a taka.
Anyway, it's time for Miles to drive again. This time he's taking the controls of 4533, the single truck Brill car.
Yeah!
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, one notch.
Wow, that's like, you got to stop that.
Traffic demands Motorman's full attention. Please do not talk to him. Hello, Miles.
Don't make me tap the sign. Right.
To finish up the day, it's Jackson's turn to drive PCC car 2168.
Go easy, easy, easy. Don't go one off. Right before this curve, you're going to coast and go to the foot of the brake. Now don't look back.
Okay.
Never take your eyes off the track. Okay, coast.
Yes. Controls are hard.
No, they're easy. Don't let it roll.
Okay, power. All right.
I wonder why I said
This is taking 2 years out of my life. It's been worth it. I'm so scared. All right. I'm breaking.
Whoa! How do you feel, Jackson?
Oh wow! I almost had a heart attack, but I think it was worth it. You want to try now, Miles?
Sure. I'm scared now.
I was much more a fan of driving the Peter Witt. I'm going to tell you right now.
Special thanks to the Friends of the Philadelphia Trolleys for putting this event together. If you want to learn more about them, check out the links in the description and stay tuned for their next $25 day event. Also be sure to subscribe to me, Miles, and Jackson, and take care until the next one.
Outro, 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 outro. We are filming an outro. That was a weird chord that I sang. They must think we're a cult.
We are.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. Thanks for watching Classy Will. Be sure to like and subscribe. Huge